Hey guys, welcome back. Before I even get started, in this video I am not giving medical advice. If anyone ever gets bit by a snake, I suggest you seek emergency medical attention. And this is just my personal story that I am sharing with you guys. So I, do things smart and what is best for you. Who knows, if you're in a situation you may be far out and away, these things, you can start doing beforehand on your way. Just clear the air about that. Always read my disclaimer. So yesterday, I did in fact get bit by a copperhead on the bottom kind of arch part of my foot. I was actually, I was barefoot. I usually am, or in flip-flops. And I was in my laundry room. And I live in a house from the 60s that the laundry room, a lot of people may know, those kind of ranch style houses from that era, is kind of off of the house, and you can get through it through the carport or the house. It's kind of like that. So, and there's step downs to it, so there you can see there could be, if there's any small openings, even if it's like wiring for cable or anything is drilled through the side there, something could get in and out from underneath a house. That can happen. I have had a snake in there before. Nothing bad. That just kind of went on as a black snake. No big issue. So yesterday I was doing laundry, and I kind of stood up on my toes. I was getting the soap, and about that time I felt it. What it felt like was a really hard thump on the bottom of my foot, which startled me. And I kind of had that, did I just get bit by a snake kind of thing? But it wasn't like how you would think, like a piercing type feeling. But I jumped and I did holler, and I lifted up my foot and there was blood running out my foot. So I jumped and got up in the house and sat down. As soon as I saw it, I saw the 2 puncture fang marks. So I knew immediately, okay, I've been bit by a venomous snake. That is, you will identify that way versus a non-venomous. Non-venomous, you'll see a bunch of little tiny, punctures, or it'll be almost like a bruise. They will not have fang puncture wounds if it's non-venomous. So, and we have copperheads all around here. That's just what it is. And it's been really hot. So anyways, I immediately started disinfecting, cleaning that area, and downing the oral mixture of a protocol. I actually did a video on this, I don't know, a month, 2 months ago. I'm not even sure. That was, my grandmother's, our family history. That is what they always used and treated for people. She had been bit before a couple of times in her life. It's what she used. And I remember her using that in other people that would get bit, when I was really small. That is what I personally chose to use. You do what is best for you. Most states, my state is one, they do not store or house any venom. For me personally, that's not a route I would have went. That is my choice. Okay, I'm not advising anyone what to do. The most things they do is you monitor their vitals. You monitor, the area. They give IV fluids, pain medicine. I know that they'll give people a tetanus jabs and stuff like that as well. I don't know what every area and hospital does. I'm just going on what this does. So I started the protocol. I cleaned the area. I marked the area with like a marker because I needed to see how quickly every 30 minutes my swelling went. And I took the oral protocol mixture. I will attach that video I did in my description for those who would like to see it. And I started mixing up the topical drawing salve that is for that, and went to go get that on. By the time I got that mix, it was kind of like the meat was starting to come through those 2 punctures because of swelling, and it's starting to push things out. That happens with things like that. I was calm, but that's the trauma nurse in me. I was calm. Really, I'm calm in a storm, and then afterwards, or I get more uneasy when it's calmer after things have calmed down. And I started checking my vitals. I needed a baseline to see what my vitals were going to do. If my blood pressure started dropping out, if I got, I have tachycardia anyways, but above my normal, I monitored that. And I took the oral solution mixture. I took that about every 20 minutes for the first 2 hours. I left the first bandage of the salve stuff on, and then I put that on and I wrapped it with saran wrap. And I did put ice on that as well. I left that on about 30 minutes. I rinsed it and reassessed what the area was looking like. I remarked it because my swelling was going, and then I mixed up another batch of that and I reapplied it, put on the saran wrap, and did the ice. And so, I didn't feel it was primarily probably a very low dose. So, it probably wasn't a complete dry bite, but it was primarily a dry bite because it could have been a lot worse. I'm extremely grateful it was not. But, I kind of once, about 2 hours in, hour and a half, 2 hours, I started sweating, and I knew it was my body reacting to the toxins, and it was trying, and I was just, there's this detox effect. Your body's reacting. That happens. And I felt, weird. I felt like this kind of a slow motion, like I was in a haze. It was just kind of weird. I mean, I was right-minded, but it just kind of felt like this haze. And of course, my foot and going into my ankle, my heel was, it was throbbing. It was talking to me, but it wasn't horrific. Like I've seen people in the ER who have had snake bites really bad, children, different things. And also it was the furthest, location from my heart and everything it could have been. So that was good. And I felt some symptoms, but not horrific. And, I kept doing my protocol and going around and waiting. Now, if anything would have happened that my vitals changed to an uncomfortable level that I knew what to look for, I would have went in. I'd already made contact. I knew what the options were there, and I chose my options, what I wanted to do and how I wanted to treat things and where to go. But I would have went in. If it would have been like a water moccasin, I would have went on in immediately because that's just what I would have done. I mean, you have to assess things that work for you personally. But, I wanted to share that with you. And, things happen. Those are the things that, why I express, have different things on hand, know where they're at. And I talked about before in that other video is go ahead and mix up your dry ingredients for these things. So you just have to add a couple drops of water and you're good to go. Or, you have said, protocol, in one little container and label it for what it could be. Because it also works for different type of venomous spider bites and things, different types of venom, bites if you react. So, I wanted to share that with you guys. I am fine. I didn't feel great yesterday or last night. And, I don't feel 100% today. I feel, kind of icky, weird, but not awful. And my vitals are great. And that's why I think it could have been a whole lot worse. And it was not. So again, this is a situation we learn from, that we have our things prepared. To be prepared and know what to do and how to use it. That's why I encourage people to have hard copies, write things down exactly, you can turn and go to it on what to do. And, staying calm, even if it's a bad situation, you have to remain calm and level-headed no matter what is going on. So again, something else I hope helps you guys, my guinea pig myself, who knew I was, we have to use these things on ourselves sometimes. We pray we never do, but it could have been a lot worse. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Everyone, stay safe, stay well. God bless, and I will see you next time.